You got what it takes to look at this.
That courser won't be bothering anyone again.
Mission's outcome correctly predicted. Warning. Odds of more coursers being discovered are extremely high. Reward for service delivered.
Hey, Synth.
I've been waiting for you.
Watch your tones.
Next time, move fast. Our targets are inside. The situation appears...
Sure.
We move in. Secure...
Hey.
Very well.
Uh-huh.
Limited backup will be... Here are the recall codes. Follow me. SR... The mission's parameters just changed. We go in shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
Honor and glory.
Statistically speaking, your survival is...
We need the key.
Let's do this.
Someone do something!
Look out!
Synth.
Please!
You're safe. Calm down.
You're not going to send me back?
I lost him.
We'll get somewhere safe as soon as you're gone.
Excuse me.
Thank you for sparing us.
Something's out there. I ain't punching nothing.
serious. Someone there? Hello?
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always... The only hope...
It's not...
Perhaps, standing here, I know that both of us...
Kellogg called...
Did he? I was the perfect cat. Well, the Institute real. It only made sense that, I'll admit, to not only extraordinary.
So it was you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly it was no longer necessary. An experiment. I had no idea. With the Commonwealth,
Right.
Perhaps most curious.
Uh-huh. This is science?
I'm sorry you see it. Soon, I hope. A future which Bunker Hill did not go well for.
Uh-huh. We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for...
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the... And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in it. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the... I'd like you to... I'll be waiting. I've seen enough.
It's not...
Perhaps, standing... I know that. Both of us.
They kept me alive.
They did. I was the perfect... Well, it only... I'll admit. So not only...
Sure.
Extraordinary.
So it was you. You let me in.
Yes. Certainly it was an experiment. I had no... With the Commonwealth, perhaps most...
Uh-huh. Sean,
I can see that you do. Soon, I hope. A future which Bunker Hill did not go well for...
We were totally...
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given Bunker Hill was to cement your...
We got our asses kicked.
The chances of failing Bunker Hill was... And to see the brother...
Right.
I will refrain.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, it's time for you...
It's my fault.
I gave you this opportunity to prove yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That will now be significantly hard. Bunker Hill was to cement... And to see the Brotherhood of... I will refrain from sharing. Speaking of which, it's time for you... Why?
They were afraid.
Afraid?
Uh-huh.
This was such a simple... How can I expect...
Let's not forget our...
I am acutely aware of our position.
I'm sorry, Sean. Mm-hmm.
Bunker Hill... And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way...
Sean.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the only hope.
It's not so bad.
Perhaps, Standing here, I know that both of us.
They kept me alive, too.
They did. I was the perfect candidate. Well, the Institute...
Sure.
It only made... I'll admit. So not only extraordinary...
So it was you. You let me out.
Yes. Certainly it was an experiment. I had no... With the Commonwealth, perhaps most...
Sean, you need to know.
I can see that soon a future... Bunker Hill did not...
We were totally ambushed. They were...
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe. Bunker Hill was... And to see the brother... I will refrain from sharing the out. Speaking of which... It's time for you to become more involved in the future of the... I'd like you to... I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
I would be
Z1.
happy to assist you. I have nothing to report at the moment. Have a nice day. That project you helped with, it's coming along. You understand, right?
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ao has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? Given, well, considering all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
I don't think so.
It's all right. Power is... I'm not... With every... Many come.
In this world, I'm sure.
Quite right. Phase 3, it will ensure...
Sounds like an important step.
That's... The reactors. And to how...
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ao. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own thoughts...
Sure.
Yes, but...
This is not a met. Now,
I don't know.
Dr. Holdren.
Right.
As I'm sure several of... I'm sorry, this is our best effort. I'm...
What?
Please,
Be serious.
everyone, please. I'm sorry.
There must be something.
The only thing that matters, we can talk more. If the Institute can... To that end,
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
Seems a poor choice.
How can you possibly justify it?
ignoring your borderline, the Institute has... I believe my father has already proven himself more than... This will conclude...
Sure.
Unit B592 is undergoing the reclamation process as we speak. Before long, he'll be back in the universe.
I had no idea.
I know this is... Well, it's a lot. I'm sorry.
I can do the job.
Of course you can. There's no question. That's why I'd like you to take charge. There are hard decisions.
Test report
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier. You're going to lead this operation, I'm told.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go over recent events. We're going to have to cut some. You're going to the master.
Consider it done.
I'll consider it done when I've got.
Sounds good.
Not as much as I'd appreciate coming back, but here we are. Not to put more pressure on you, but we don't want them getting the... Head on up to the relay, and I'll meet you.
I hope you realize how important mass fusion is to our overall goal.